we're gonna try to segue all those things into that regarding
At school, they knew what fraternities you were in. I mean,
Definitely wasn't an easy decision. I sat down with my dad.
Not to say I hope I make it, but to know I'll make it.
Welcome to another episode of I Am the Change podcast, brought to you by DTR Incorporated, a nonprofit organization geared toward uplifting, inspiring, and empowering communities all over the world. I am your host, Michael Davis, alongside the lovely Mr. Reese Lovett and Mr. Jason Redmond. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? How y'all doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am great. I'm a little bummed right now that we're supposed to have a special guest that Mr. Reese Lovett has set up for us. So I'm gonna let you tell us about who our guest was supposed to be, and then I got a couple questions that I wanted to ask our guest, but I know they're not here to answer the questions.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I won't give our guest's name.
That's fine.
Per se, but the background. So, as I was thinking about where we should go with the podcast and the type of guests that we should have, I said, you know what? I think we should tap into our LGBTQ community. And so our guest was going to be, and still will be, just not today, trans man. So I was very excited because I'm ready to talk about like the whole trans experience and at what point did you decide that,
So break down what a trans man is for the viewers, because I know if I was a viewer, I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely not.
Okay, a trans man is a female to male.
Change.
Okay.
So yes.
And the pronouns for that.
Typically are he and him, but they'll pick up them also.
Okay.
But they definitely drop the she and her pronoun.
They dropped the she and her. Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Okay, so do you know where the them comes from? Like how? Like what is the them?
I'm not an expert, and I feel like I didn't think I was going to be questioned. So sometimes people talk in third person. Mm-hmm. And that's where I get the them from. Because I just
said they.
They.
Remember when I was talking about the trans man, I said they. Oh, I didn't say him.
Right.
I said they.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just accepting it. I don't know. But I'm excited to ask that question though.
Yeah, I am excited too, just about because I think the whole, just even when people are in same-sex relationships and they have to go through like being outed possibly, or just acceptance in their community, family, friends, whomever, but you're talking about somebody who's literally
changing their
identifying as a new gender.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited about the conversation. So
yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
I've never I saw a picture of him and I was like, oh, okay.
According to National Weather.
Yeah.
What were your exact words, Jason, when you saw the picture?
I said he was cute. I said, that man's cute. Oh my God. Like that's a handsome dude. Hey, he was.
And Jason said
like,
that he would probably take my girl.
Yeah. Hey, money looked like he the Prince type dude with the light skin with all the tats on his tats rolling down the shoulder and shit. I was like,
yeah, I know, right?
Who was this young thug? But yeah, man, it was you dude,
So yeah,
I'm in touch with my sexuality. That dude was there. Hey, we went to the club. He took my gal. Tipped my hat to him like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
lost that one.
Hey, man, it's like, hey, best 2 out of 3 in the series, man. I didn't wasn't on my game.
Yes.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Hey, I am too. Because Michael, you asked a good question earlier before we started taping, and you talked about the sports piece. And like with the NCAA tournament coming on, like you asked a very like if he decides to go, he goes from trans man, from a woman to a man, he decides to play sports, like what team should he play on? Can he go back and play on female teams, or does he have to go play on a male dominated team?
Exactly. And I mean, even I mean, even though they're taking testosterone and stuff, he's taking testosterone. I apologize.
Right. You get
would it still be fair? Huh?
You get one slip up in that.
Once, yeah. That was my one.
That's it. You got it early too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but is it still fair? Like, because I mean, I know the other way around, it doesn't seem so fair. Like a man going to woman and say that man's like 6'2" or 6'5" or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The skill level is already, you know what I'm saying, like D1 potential or something. Is it fair for that now woman to be playing?
I think men are just naturally stronger than females anyway.
But you got to also remember, a woman going to a man is getting testosterone shots. That man going to a woman was born with this, so he developed into the 6'5", 6'2" guy.
Yeah,
you know, muscular. And not even to mention, what if that guy going to a woman? What if that trans woman was a 4'2", 40 guy who's now a woman like that, and he wants to run track? Like, yo, this is the next level of FloJo, but that's not FloJo. That is a man going to a woman who's gonna participate in a female-dominated sport, and he's gonna kill the game because he's gonna be faster.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way around that.
Yeah, if he was,
and
a
I mean,
man, go ahead. Sorry,
it's even interesting because you know, Caitlyn Jenner, which was previously Bruce Jenner, had an opinion about it, and I mean, even she said it wasn't fair.
Yeah,
you know,
I have to agree. Like, I think it's a disadvantage for the trans man, and it's an advantage for the trans woman. So I don't think it's. I just like, but that goes back to the movie Juwanna Mann. Like, he was killing the W. He was killing the W.
Killing it. He was. Yeah, it was crazy.
I forgot all about that.
He was killing it.
Yeah, he was dropping buckets like crazy. I mean, it was ridiculous.
But that's really was. But I think going from a man, I think that trans man would have a disadvantage because their body hasn't fully has not fully taken the testosterone like a man's body. Like a young boy going through puberty, his body changes. When he gets into high school, he develops. When he gets to college, if he's a college athlete, he's Hulkamania.
Yeah, exactly. So what is what do you guys think the alternative is? Are we talking about leaving them in the same leagues, or like, you know what I'm saying, or are we talking about a whole different league for trans male and females?
I don't think I think you leave them in the same league. Like, if for a trans woman, like that guy, like that woman, that trans woman has to go play. That was my mother too. You heard me? I messed up.
Yeah.
That trans woman has to go play. Like, if it's an NBA player, that trans woman got to go play in the NBA.
Got to stay in the NBA. Yeah.
Because it's unfair.
What do you think, Sharice? You used to hoop, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So imagine a 6'5" trans woman,
6'5" power forward, trans woman coming down the lane,
about to play on your squad, or you're playing against her.
I mean, it's a.
That's your mother. That's your one too.
Is this you?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
I thought you said it.
Yeah, it sounded like you were saying it.
Like, yeah.
No, like it as the situation. It.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were saying it as in the woman being.
No. It as the situation.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. All right. My bad.
Now we gonna get canceled.
Where's
Okay, so the situation.
Okay. You thinking hard about that thing too?
No, I am, because it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't type situations. Because, do we relax rules for one person and not the other? Or because you don't want to discriminate against anyone and say, once you decide for this change, you can no longer play sports,
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have this person not living in their truth and they're miserable just to play a sport. Like, is that really like healthy?
We're not saying you can't play a sport. We're just saying if you're a 6'5" power forward, like, you can't go play in the WNBA. Or if you're
you got to go to the NBA.
You got to stay in the NBA. Yeah.
and then be ridiculed by your teammates because they know that you're transitioning?
That has nothing. Those are your personal decisions. We're talking about your professional life. Like if you play sports,
gotcha,
or you're a collegiate athlete that plays sports, you can't be. To me, it's going to be a little hard for you being 6'8", and you got a wing. You got the Anthony Davis wingspan to go play in the go play female basketball, go play women's.
So what about the female that started transitioning and is taking testosterone shots? Who?
She's transitioning to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do you think, do we still think that's fair? Like, all right, because this woman, he has just started taking testosterone. Right. Testosterone has been a natural thing in the male's body his whole life. So, right. Is that, does that still like put him on the same level?
No, but what about in a female sport? So now, say I'm transitioning, right?
Gotcha.
I've started taking testosterone. Am I still okay to compete against females? Because it may work faster in me than it would in the next person. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
I can see what you're saying. Yeah, that is a good point.
But I still have to say that on that one, it's me like that might be where it becomes the problem, because now she has she's about to have a physical advantage over females. So, but the problem being though is, since she's taking testosterone, she won't be able to. He won't be able to compete successfully, in my opinion, against men who have been, men who've had testosterone running through their veins all their
whole life.
Right. Their entire life.
So it's going to be kind of hard to say, yeah, she can stay down there, but because once that testosterone kicks in, she's going to be, it's going to be tough. It's tough to say. Yeah, I would say she'd have to go play. She'd have to wait till it kicks in, but I don't know. But I don't see him starting a whole new league.
I don't know, because at that point, it's no.
Yeah.
No.
I think she'd have to go. I think that trans man would have to go play in the NBA too.
Yeah, but we also, and like really, like if we really dig into it, like we also got a situation where I'd say people are making that decision earlier in life. So now you got, and it's just crazy because like, how old do you think somebody needs to be able to make that decision?
That's a good point, because we're talking about it from an adult standpoint too, like after 18. So what if somebody's like 10?
Yeah,
how old to start taking estrogen and things like that?
Yeah, but Dwayne Wade's son, or Dwayne Wade's child,
daughter,
made that change. Daughter, yeah, there we go. I'm about to strike out.
You on 2 already, buddy. Don't worry, I am on 2 also. I messed up. A little while ago. Nobody said anything. It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, you. Yeah, how old was she when she made that decision? I know it was pretty young.
I thought she was in high school, like a teenager.
Hold up, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Maybe 12.
And then I know in Florida, they just passed a law that they couldn't talk to kids about that subject in school or at all, like from 3rd grade down.
So that's like 9, 10. That's like 10 years old and under.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 years old and under. I don't think you have hit a puberty stage. So, okay.
But should a kid make that decision before puberty in general, knowing how many emotions is flowing through your body, everything that's going on through that stage of puberty? Is that a good decision to make at that time, or do you think it is?
So
just asking the question.
Oh, I don't know. I can't answer that. I have no clue. Like yeah. So the part that baffles me in the whole decision is like, if you catch a child before puberty kicks in and you're giving them testosterone, and then puberty kicks in, this is a transgender woman. So this woman is this transgender woman is like, say say they're 10 or they're 11, say they're 11, and they haven't, puberty hasn't started, and you're giving them testosterone. Now, transgender man, I'm sorry, you're giving that transgender man testosterone. Do they grow up do they get muscles? Do they, what happens? Are they going to develop into I don't want to say normal, but a regular young man? But like, again, it goes the other way. A transgender woman, you're giving them estrogen, but what if that transgender woman was slated to be 6'8"? Does that make them, would that make her, she's gonna have testosterone running through her veins, even though she's taking estrogen. And when she hits puberty, she's not gonna have a cycle. She'll get breasts, but she's still gonna have man parts. Yeah. Unless I'm missing something. Unless it's snipping.
I think that's. I think.
Talk about that.
So I'm just saying, but if they got this split and this, and tuck in.
Stop. Just stop while we're ahead.
Like, they were definitely getting canceled.
Just stop.
Tuck in.
So my question is, though, they have testosterone coursing through their veins.
We're not medical doctors. We can't answer all these questions, but Zaya was.
I know. So I'm really not asking you. I'm talking to you. Say it again.
12 years old.
12 years old.
What was 12 years old? Oh, he was.
She.
The daughter was 12 years old.
She was. Yeah.
Okay.
So
before you correct me, the daughter was a male when the son made the decision. He was a son. He made the decision
to go from Zaire to Zaya.
Yes. Yeah.
The son made that decision to go to Zaya. So I was correct, Michael. I make sure we're taking score. I didn't strike out. Yeah. I'm on this thing. I'm working to be right.
Yeah.
So look, since we're talking about sports, and this is the tournament time, this was a good transition too.
That was sweet. I like that.
Yeah. So my Houston Cougars won today. They beat
right on time.
Who they beat?
Let's see who they beat.
Yeah, we won today in the second round. This is our third consecutive Final Four, and I have to say this on tape. There are a lot of teams from Texas.
Final Four. Oh, time out.
Sweet 16. Sorry.
I would say
Sweet 16.
You skipped the whole round.
Illinois.
I'm prophesizing.
He already got it in there.
Yeah.
What is? Yeah, y'all beat Illinois, right?
Yes, beat them. Beat Illinois. That's what it was. Illinois. Yeah.
6.
So we have a lot of teams from Texas in the tournament this year. We have teams that are remaining is Texas, Texas Tech, Houston, TCU. Baylor lost.
We beat Baylor. Yesterday,
first of all,
86.
Yeah.
UNC.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. And they were
Baylor's no slouch. That's for sure. Baylor.
You talking about last year's champions? Like crazy.
Yeah.
You are. Oh, but to give Carolina credit, they took them to overtime. Mm-hmm. Baylor fought back. The only reason I know is because my wife told me this one. They fought back to get in the game, and then they lost in overtime.
They were down by like 20.
Yes, they had to fight to get back in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
So, which is amazing. I don't give Carolina credit for anything. That's how much I do not like.
You got to give credit for that one.
Yeah, because you're a Duke fan. I mean, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're a Duke fan.
Duke's had a handful today with Michigan State.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about I'm watching that game on time.
5:15.
I'm going to be watching it too. See, I better not lose because you're going to get a call from me.
You get the phone call. So
this will be the first time I ignore your phone call. I'm going to send you the voicemail.
So look, let me ask you a question. St. Peter's they were number 15 seed. They beat number 2 seed.
Okay, so let's talk about the upsets because my bracket was busted.
Your bracket was busted because you picked Richmond. I told you. You don't pick against Richmond in the tournament.
So
Jumbo.
you had to put all my business out there because I wasn't gonna talk about the team
Sorry.
that I didn't pick.
My bad.
But since you did, I didn't pick Richmond to advance.
Yeah.
And I was schooled that I needed to, that no matter who they play, that Richmond comes to the tournament to play. They may not make it past that next round.
They might get busted in that second round, but
right, but they coming out that first.
Yeah. Like Florida
So
Gulf Coast won again.
Huh?
Florida Gulf Coast won. They're in the second round.
Let me tell you what else was a good game that I watched. That Miami game was a good game.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Miami USC?
USC, yeah, that was a good game.
I saw some highlights on that. Yeah. I saw some highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one came down to the last shot.
A word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a nail-biter game.
Yeah.
So who do you all have winning it all?
At this point, it doesn't matter.
UNC. You know what I'm saying?
Realistically,
I take it the team who picked to win didn't win.
Okay, so I have two brackets.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was
Are you sure?
Kansas, I think.
Kansas lost, I thought.
Yeah.
So I said one of them was Kansas.
Okay. I did it again.
No. Wait, Kansas still in it.
Is it there?
So who lost in Kentucky?
Oh.
Who lost?
Kentucky lost.
I think so.
I think that's my other K team.
Okay.
I think I had one winning on one side of the bracket and one coming.
Yeah, Kentucky lost to St. Peter's in the first round.
They was number 2. Okay. They were okay. So St. Peter's sent Murray State yesterday.
Yeah, St. Peter's they took them out too.
Yeah. Team from New Jersey ain't playing, buddy.
Yeah.
This is so sad.
Yeah. So
I picked some underdogs. You know, I picked Davidson to win, but they
they didn't win.
They lost. They only lost by 1 point.
But they did lose though.
Okay, so right now, Ohio State and Villanova's playing. Who you got?
Man,
Ohio State. I like them both, but I got Ohio State.
Yeah. I was watching the previews on that game. Villanova's one of them slow dragging teams. Ohio State can get up and down the court. I don't want to pick Ohio State, but I'm gonna have to go with Michael on this one.
Okay.
Villanova's winning right now though, 55-43.
Second half or first half?
Second half.
How much time is left?
11:43.
All right, I'm still staying with him. Yeah. So another question. I was watching on Friday at work. I watched Howard play South Carolina. So let me ask you guys. So South Carolina beat the brakes off of Howard. It was winning. Oh man, beat them like they stole something. And so I think the final score might have been 79-21. It was like 40. It might have been 44-4 at halftime.
It was the lowest scoring. Yeah, it was bad.
That hurts.
Man. So at what point? I give Dawn Staley all the credit. Like, she is a great coach. She's turned the tides in South Carolina. She is that fire for a basketball coach, in my opinion. So, like, what do you think? Like, I don't think there's anything Dawn Staley could have done.
She took the starters out. Like, you play on the bench.
Yeah. So, what do you think that it's 79-21? Like, what do you do?
What can you do?
You can't,
that's
like,
you in the situation.
Because you don't. So, as a coach, Jason, you coached, I've coached. One thing I always tell my kids, now we're not going to, it's different when you're like being boastful and bragging, but we're not playing down to our competition. We came out here to play ball. You go out here, you play what we practice.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna pull my starters out, and then this gives a chance for the bench to go in there and, get some burn. But but
I watched that game, the first 5-10 minutes of it, and Howard was cold. They came back. They missed layups. They missed open uncontested shots. They were cold. They were playing.
You got look at the field.
Say it again.
South Carolina just plays ball. That's what they do. They just play ball.
Yeah.
So with that said,
then you go into a quarter. You go into the half 44-4. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got that movie halftime speech type thing going on, morale is gone. I don't think they had it in them.
40 points down.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Spirit's already broken,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, that was a game. Like, I wanted to see Howard put up a fight because South Carolina just came off a beating from Kentucky.
That was a good game. That championship game.
Yeah.
And that was a good game too.
Because Kentucky took it to South Carolina.
Man,
so my thinking was like, yo, you saw what Kentucky did, emulate that game plan. But I guess I didn't see the game.
Or that could have just lit a fire under them or South Carolina. Like, we about to, what I'm saying?
Now, I agree with you on that one. Could have. They could have come out with like gangbusters. But.
Yeah, we not losing.
Like, not like that. We can't. Yeah, that can't happen again. So
yeah, that's true. I can see that too. So, but yeah,
that also goes to show too the level of just the talent pool at schools. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. The disparity of the talent pools.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The coach of Jackson State, when they lost to LSU, she made a statement about, coming out and putting on for the culture, the school and community, and like come back and keep on playing. Like, I think HBCU athletics across the board, I think there is taking out football and take football and basketball out of the equation. I think like the soccer, lacrosse, baseball, and take track and field out of the equation, there is a difference in the athletes in those other sports. I watched Hampton play Cleveland State, and Cleveland State won the game, but it wasn't fundamentals. It was just, it was, I can't even say skill level. I mean, Hampton was clearly faster than the team. They were quicker, but Cleveland State they recovered.
The athlete is different. Do you think so?
Man, I hate to say fundamentals, but the acumen of the game, they got back on defense. They transitioned back to defense quicker. Like, if one person got beat, help side defense, they stepped up and played defense. They transitioned that defense back to block goals. I mean, Hampton got some good shots. They scored 5, 8, something like that. But they lost, but they fought throughout the game. But you could tell there was a difference.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back to what some Therese said earlier, like, they playing how they practice, Like,
I agree. So I don't think it's so. Like, that's my thing. I think that your facilities. I think that like facilities make a difference. I think the strength and conditioning makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I think that their facilities, strength and conditioning, and just the overall mindset is like, hey, we can win this game. But,
yeah. But do you think, all right, so like HBC, you said outside of basketball, football, and stuff like that, but do you think the focus on other sports outside of those is different? Like, as a school, we're not focusing on these as much as we're focusing over here, so it may not be the same attention and the same quality coming out for these sports.
I think so. Like, because to me, the historical sports the young African Americans play is football, basketball, and run track. They don't really play baseball. They don't really play lacrosse. Some do. Some do play those sports, but not a lot. Like, I coach Little League baseball, but when these young guys get to like middle school and they start doing 7-on-7s, hey, coach, I ain't playing baseball no more. I'm gonna go run track. It's my second sport. Like, I got a guy that plays football. He's playing tennis. Like, I was like, I was shocked. But just just putting our young people in these other sports to me is like non-traditional, non-revenue generating sports to me is important because it gives them something else to do and put them on their radar. It puts them on the radar, and it forces HBCUs, the 1AA, FCS schools, and the Division II schools to now think about getting a tennis team or a soccer team, men's and women's soccer to bring in that athlete. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Which counts for something.
It does count for something. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So, last question.
Okay.
Wait, so what you gotta say?
Well, I was gonna say, like with some of these HBCUs, a budget can be an issue.
Oh, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Taking the risk of like opening it up and spreading that budget a little bit around, like more around for those other sports.
Mm-hmm.
Do they you think they looking at it as like, all right, future wise, maybe this could be better for us, or we don't know if we should do this because it might not pan out the way we want, and then we're taking away from our main areas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, in my opinion, they drop sports because they come too expensive. To save money for the other revenue generating sports, they'll cut a sport. In my opinion, I think that if you try to bring a sport on that's a costly sport, like if you try to bring out baseball on, and bring on baseball, and you got football, basketball, track, softball, you got to think of facilities to practice, where you're gonna practice when it rains, that kind of stuff. So you kind of got to make a business decision on that one. Like even with soccer, like if it rains in soccer, you can't go outside. You can't run down on that field unless you got a turf field.
I'm saying you can.
No, yeah. If you got
on a grass field.
No, okay. You said a turf.
Well, I'm just saying if it's a grass field. I said on a turf field you can't. It's a grass field.
So when it comes to these, I don't want to say non-traditional sports, but
that's what they are.
Yeah, these money-making sports. When you look at a PWI versus an HBCU, so I look at like your LSUs and your Tennessees when it comes to like their softball program. Okay. Now, when I was at North Carolina Central University, I was our softball manager, and I had a ball.
Okay.
I enjoyed every aspect of what it took to help with that program. Mm-hmm. So, at what point does a school commit to saying that this program is now relevant and important? Because like your LSU's, like they have banging softball programs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that falls on the coach. You got to get a coach that's passionate about that sport. When I coached in middle school, the school I coached at, they weren't really they were football, basketball. They were passionate about, and that was about it. Like, so you got to get somebody.
The middle school that we both coached at.
Yes, I'm not saying that name because they didn't.
I didn't say any names either. I was just wondering. I was making sure that we were talking about the same school. Go ahead.
They're passionate about basketball, but they weren't passionate about anything else. The basketball team they were, but everything else it was like, yeah, go team. But I was like, Mama, you got to be passionate about everything. Like,
right.
You got to put forth an effort on every sport. Like, you got to be like, to me, sports are the main driving forces for your recruitment of students. To give you an example, the University of Miami enrollment went up in the 80s when they were winning national championships. Everybody wanted to go to the U. Alabama's enrollment's up because everybody wants to go to Alabama because they're winning national championships. Right. Football players alike. Everybody wants to go to Alabama, LSU, Georgia. They want to go where they're winning. For HBCUs, everybody wants to go to Jackson State, in my opinion, because Jackson State is winning. That's always the first HBCU that everybody talks about is Jackson State because of Coach Prime. But if you look at it, you got Coach Maynard at Alabama A&M, you got Coach Sims at Bethune-Cookman, you got Coach McKinney at Texas Southern, you got Coach Howe. I'm sorry, what's Coach Bubba's last name? I can't think of the coach's name at Prairie, but it's Bubba something. I can't think of Bubba's last name. But you got all these coaches. You got Coach Ruffin at Tuskegee. You got all these different coaches at these different HBCUs that have great storied programs. Mm-hmm. But the only one you talk about is, I'm not hating. You got Coach Simmons at Florida A&M. You got what's the coach, my man?
Don't get on, Jason. I like you know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to think of my man at Tennessee State. What's my man's name? What's the running back's name that played for the Titans? I just drew a blank. Eddie George, Coach George.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Coach George at Tennessee State. You got Coach Jackson at Grambling. So you got coaches that have good resumes. I think my man at A&T, his name is Coach Washington. You got Coach Oliver at Central, North Carolina Central. So you got good coaches, but you got to have coaches that are passionate about what they're doing. Like Coach Sims, I know Coach Sims is very passionate about what he does. I've watched Coach Prime specials. He's very passionate about what he's doing. Coach Maynard has to be one of the funniest guys out there. Like he's going to be a draw because of the fact of how he talks and how he acts. But he's passionate about his team. Even Coach McNair at Alcorn. These guys are passionate about what they're doing, and that's the passion of the coach, in my opinion, a coach needs in non-traditional sports to bring attention to their programs. Just my thoughts. I know I went on my rant. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Works for me.
Because I mean, you're absolutely. I completely agree with you. But in a program that's lacking, like that passionate coach has to be willing to start off with like a pay cut since the program, and then, but if they're willing to do that and come in and just be passionate about everything and go after better recruits and stuff, the program will get better over time. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I talked to Coach Hayes and I were talking when he was at Jackson State, and he always talked about how they got D1 transfers at Jackson State when he was there, and he was like, "Man, we did that at Jackson State when I was there. That's nothing new. That's something that's always been going on."
Right.
But that's again, you have to bring awareness to what you're doing, and I think the way they're doing it is great. It's not something new. It's just young men. You got to ask yourself this: like, if you put $5,000 in front of an 18-year-old, and you say you can get $5,000 to go to this school, or you can have $50,000 to go to this school, where do you think they're gonna go?
Yeah,
I'm going with the money.
Absolutely.
So to me, a guy's gonna go where he can go, where he feels like he can change his life. And at some point, in my opinion, young people didn't think they could go to Jackson State or Miles College and change their life, or Lane College and change their life, where they could go to a University of Memphis or University of Arkansas and change their life. They just saw it as University of Arkansas was better than going to Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I felt from what I've seen. And I think now you've taken the cloak off. Now you can see how great these HBCUs are. Now the young people are saying, I can go here and I can thrive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So one more question. So, Michael, Sharice, Sean Washington just signed a $230 million contract. I forgot how much of it was guaranteed. He's going to Cleveland. What's your thoughts about that?
Wait, said it, who we talking about?
Sean Watson.
Oh, yeah.
The previous quarterback of the Houston Texans signed I think it's like a 5-year, multi-year deal for $230 million.
And what do you want to know from me?
So what's your thoughts? So he didn't want to play for the Texans because he felt like they lied to him, which I agree. I agree the Texans were dead wrong. They should have included him in the search for the GM and the head coach. I agree. He was a star quarterback. He was a star player.
Yeah. Isn't that what traditionally happened?
No. But he wanted to be included.
No. I understand. He asked to be included. Mm-hmm. I think they basically lied to him, and then they hired the coach that they hired. Then they hired the GM. So my point is I have a total opinion on this, but what's your opinion on he's going to Cleveland to get $230 million? And a lot of it is guaranteed.
I think he could do something for I think he can do big things in Cleveland. But I think that's also a lot of money.
That is a lot.
I don't know.
I was going to say, at the end of the day, isn't that what they play for, is the money?
I just think, I don't know. Because, all right. So what, Aaron Rodgers just signed a contract, too, for $200 million. That's bigger than his contract. Yeah, at Green Bay, yeah, to stay there for 4 years, $200 million, 153 is guaranteed.
Devontae Adams is going to the Raiders now.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh. What?
Yeah. Devontae Adams is going to the Raiders.
I had no idea. I'm tripping.
He came out last week.
Oh man.
Yeah. My frat brothers and I were talking on text. And he said, "Yeah, Devontae Adams is going to the Raiders." I was like, "What?" I had no idea. I think everything broke after it broke. I think Devontae Adams came out before Aaron Rodgers signed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I would carry the luggage home. Just give me a little piece of the pie.
So here's the part.
What do you think? Yeah, what do you think about this situation?
So here's my thing with Deshaun Watson. I am totally hurt because I'm hurt on this aspect of it.
Because you lost the quarterback?
That is primary number one.
All right. So
but I'm mad about how we lost the quarterback. Like, you got to remember when the previous head coach, and I'm not saying his name because I'm not a fan of his at all. From the time he came to Penn State to the time we got him, the whole nine, I am not a fan. But Deshaun Watson he does like that. He did like that coach. So when he got fired, he was upset. And that's part of the reason why he wanted to be involved in the hiring of the next coach.
Process, yeah.
Yeah, so and I get that. I understand that. But you also have to understand that coach gave away their primary offensive weapon. Gave him away for a washed up running back. And I'll say that guy's washed up because he was terrible. Like, they should have never made that trade. They basically just gave D-Hop away. Right? And then your best defensive player asked to be released, asked to be traded. And now you lose your quarterback. Like, to me, you've just signed your last place decree. And your best safety just signed with the Kansas City Chiefs.
So what are you going to do this year as a Houston Texans fan?
I'm gonna endure this season like last year, and like
brother, man, yeah.
Because
I see why you have problems with this.
Yeah, right. I
can understand.
You're hurt, but as a fan, what are you gonna do?
So from as a fan's perspective, I'm gonna be sitting. I might not even watch the NFL this year because I watch the highlights because I know we're gonna lose. Like, we gave away our best safety. Like, Justin Reed is going to Kansas City. Ridiculous amount of money. Definitely should got paid. Definitely should get paid. I think Marcellus Bennett, I think one of the linebackers just retired. Watt's gone. So we have to go back so no matter what happens, you have to go in the draft to have some miraculous picks. So I'm gonna watch the draft, and whatever we draft this year, if it's not gangster, if it's not like hey man, I'm not watching it. It just depends on what we draft.
So where did the position in the draft change now?
So they got Washington. They got three number one picks.
Okay.
You got 3 first-round picks.
Now they got to make the right picks. They got to make the right picks.
Yes.
Because it could be a rebuild for them.
Yeah.
It could just be.
They got a garbage.
Your season might be looking like the Giants. You know what I'm saying, brother?
No, I think the Giants finished better than the Texans this year.
Man, we put all our chips on DJ.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we should have done.
No, I don't either.
Jeez.
How he got so high on y'all's draft board is like, that guy should be fired.
Beyond me.
He should be fired.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't understand it. Yeah, no.
In my opinion, that guy should. So that guy should lose his job because like that was a bad pick.
Like, yeah,
but,
and they're
too though.
Saquon, I just need him to get his confidence back.
Yeah, I need him to stay healthy. Yeah,
because our backup was getting more yards to him when he came back. He
had a knee injury, didn't he?
Yeah, that's why I said he got to give his confidence back. Like, he's ready to hit the field, but he was still he was. I feel like he was hesitating, like he doesn't usually do. He usually hitting the hole, making those moves.
Yeah, and
he gone. He wasn't. I didn't see that.
I can see that being an issue because then once you get that first knee injury, once you it's psychological at that point.
I'm gonna say because now you not trying to play as hard on it. What's the word I'm looking for?
He was
like not favoring it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. That definitely,
Yeah.
definitely was. He didn't want to get hurt again. I can understand that. Yeah.
Dang, y'all need a QB. Y'all need some defense. Y'all need.
Yeah.
They need a whole new team. It sounds like.
Y'all need.
We need new ownership, man. This is it. Like, how do you let this happen? Like, I mean, what you got to imagine. So
some bad decisions.
10
Somebody
years
lost
ago,
some bets.
Like, so we were like, was this 2022? 6 years ago, we were one of the hottest teams in the AFC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's just like,
so Watson's second year, we tear up the AFC South. We run through the AFC South. We win the division. We send Cincinnati home 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the AFC Championship game and losing to Kansas City 1 year. But oh well. I watch college a lot, and on Sunday I take my podcast.
Yeah. You never know though, man. The draft picks might do something for you.
Hey man, I'm watching the draft in April, bro. I gotta watch it because I'm telling you, depending on what we draft, depends on if I watch the NFL or not.
Yeah.
And you are so serious.
I am, man. I'm definitely serious. Like, I'm at the point now where like I'm gonna send my resume to the Houston Texans. Like, I know I can pick a better team than what y'all just did because this is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, this is horrible. Like, come on, unbelievable. I do like the pick. I do like them hiring Coach Lovie Smith.
Okay.
I do like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think not bad. I think Coach Smith will bring he'll bring an air of greatness back to that team. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. I feel your pain, man. I was hoping we was gonna get Russell before we put all our chips in on
Jones.
Yeah, Jones. Mm-hmm. But Russell went to Denver.
Yeah, he did. And got paid.
Yeah, that was
paid.
He got paid. Yeah, he did get paid for that.
Yeah. So I'm tripping that Deshaun went to Cleveland though, because what y'all gonna do with Baker?
Have they been doing anything?
No, not really.
Nah,
so in my head, so I was sitting here thinking, like, what's the team out of daggone Cleveland?
Yeah, they ain't really nothing. They got Baker, like they had Baker Mayfield. Like, what they gonna do with Baker? Yeah, they do got a good running game. They do have that.
Well, I mean, he could change it. He can change some things around.
Deshaun
coming in, yeah, he could change some things around. You never know.
Yeah,
he can open it. Yeah. So I
if
think
you got a bona fide running game, now you got an accurate mobile quarterback like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have some
for them. It was a great move.
Yes.
For you guys, not so much, but
not
for them, yeah.
That's why they didn't mind $230 million.
They don't mind, yeah.
They're betting the bank on him.
Yeah.
And their defense is pretty solid. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corners are solid. The defensive line is solid. The linebackers are decent. Like,
yeah, that's a good situation.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I see them, maybe not this year, but next year, like, because they don't have a draft pick, I think, until the 4th round.
Oh, really? Oh.
I think so. I think that's what I heard. They're not going to pick to the 4th round. But solid.
I mean, they're solid, so.
Wow.
They don't really need any big picks.
Yeah. They need some deep threat receivers, maybe some linemen, but other than that, hey.
Yeah.
How balling.
It's gonna be good.
Be great to have a dome. Stop playing in the cold, but put on a jacket.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, I got a question for y'all. Like, who was playing today?
Dude, at 5:15.
So we're about to leave. What you trying to tell us?
No. Because I was gonna ask about a series on Netflix because I just got done watching one and I want to know if y'all had heard of it yet.
What's it called?
Inventing Anna.
Is that the lady that lied about it?
All right, so I was about to watch that, but
okay, so
tell me how it is. My bad, Jason. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I had to force myself to cut it off so I go to bed at night.
Oh wow, good.
It was that good?
Yeah, because it makes you think like, dang, she really was convincing these people and stuff.
So what's the story? Like, I don't really know the story behind it. What was she lying about?
It's a chick from Germany who said that she was an heiress, came over here, wanted to create this foundation, lied to banks and investors and stuff to get a whole bunch of money. And so she was living this lavish lifestyle and the money wasn't coming like she said it was. And I don't want to tell the whole story, but basically she got caught, was in jail. Now she's just got arrested again.
She was missing.
By ICE last month or something like that to be deported.
Oh wow!
Because she outstayed her visa.
Wait, but they about to pay her for making a show about her life, right?
This might be the first bit of money she ever got then, because where they talk about it, she didn't get no money.
Yeah, she owed she got sentenced 4 to 12 years.
But she got banked though. She got a lot of money. Well,
who has money? She didn't have money. That was the issue. She
didn't get. Did she swindled money from banks and investors, right?
Right. So she would lie and say that she had money coming to this person. So I was an investor, and we would all like rub elbows at the same dinner, and I would have you thinking I knew this investor too, and then they were putting it in my dream, and money really wasn't coming like that.
Oh, okay. I have to watch it because I'm so
I need y'all to watch it.
Okay.
I finished it this morning.
Okay.
Okay. It's only one season?
Yeah, it's a limited series. Okay. Shonda Rhimes is your producer.
How many episodes?
9.
And just one series?
Mm-hmm.
Just one season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. I can check it out.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I'll definitely check it out.
So Michael, man, look, Sharice gave us the word of inspiration for the week last week. No, last week was the shootout. Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to get the word of inspiration.
She did it the week before.
I gave it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the week before. Yeah.
Okay.
But since you get this your second week in a row, why don't you give us the word of inspiration, man?
That was such a bullcrap reason.
I know, right? He just know what to do.
I want Mike.
Since you ain't been here.
Yeah, you ain't been here, man.
Brother,
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Put you on the spot, huh?
Second.
Right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Ice cream.
Dang, man. That's how you do me.
You got to stay ready with a word, man. We got to, you never know when you're going to be coming up.
All right. Hold up.
What would you tell your son right now? That would be inspiration.
What would I tell my son right now?
Yeah.
So I would tell him that like this life, no matter where you start in life, even if you start off wealthy or poor or whatever, hardships will come. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be struggles. No matter if they're similar to other people's struggles, but there will be struggles you'll need to overcome. And you just gotta keep the mindset to deal with them and overcome and push through no matter what. Yeah, put me on the spot.
Hey, quiet as kept, that's pretty good. No matter what, they're gonna be hard.
Decent. It was, I think I've given better ones, but it was decent.
No. That was good, man. Because what you got to remember is somebody's gonna be watching the show and they're gonna be thinking that people don't have the same issues that I have. They don't have issues to overcome. But you're telling them, like, hey, yes, you do. No matter where you start, you're gonna have something that's you gotta overcome.
It's an issue. Your issue may not like my issue, but it's an issue.
That part right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like should be you versus you and not you versus everybody else, because people think they don't have problems and they're not going through something. They never know. I've had rich friends have problems at home. Their parents didn't spend a lot of time with them. dad might have been abusive, you know. I mean, you never know what somebody else is going through. So you overcoming your situation is about you overcoming your situation and not worrying about anybody else. Stay focused on your path.
I like that, man.
Come on now.
We should put that on the shirt.
You just did a little inspiration.
Yeah. Let it go, Mike.
You know, get the little wheels turning a little bit.
I see you, man. You're like an old Chevy, man. We gotta get you warmed up.
Yeah, man. You gotta start me up in the driveway for about 30 minutes before you go to work.
Yeah.
I'll be ready.
Put the little spray starting the carburetor. Yeah. Get the block hot.
Yeah.
I got you.
Facts.
All right, man.
All right, man. But hey, we noted this that next time it's a locker room talk, Jason is giving the word inspiration.
I got
Jason's
you.
on it. It's his.
I'm on it. I'm locked in.
Locked in.
You gonna take us out of here?
Yeah, I'll take us out of here.
All right, man.
Alrighty. Well, if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and continue to follow us on this journey. If you've been rocking with us so far, please keep on keeping on because we have a lot more amazing episodes to come. I'd like to thank my two amazing co-hosts, the lovely Miss Sharice Levitt and Big Dog, Mr. Jason Redman. You know what I'm saying? We've been missing your bag, man. We're gonna have you reach in your bag soon. Pull something out for us.
I'm ready.
Yeah, man. We are DTR Incorporated, a nonprofit organization geared toward uplifting, inspiring, and empowering communities all over the world. And please remember, our goal is not to be better than anybody, but together we can achieve better for everybody. Thank you, and have a good night. Peace.
We're gonna try to segue all those things into that regarding
At
the
school, you know, they knew what fraternities you were in.
Definitely wasn't an easy decision. You know, I sat down with my dad